Last November, a trail of blue glitter was left behind for minimum wage movie theater employees when the highly anticipated Frozen 2 came out. It had a lot of expectations to live up to, considering the hype that the first movie sustained for 6 years. When Frozen 2 was finally released to the public, there were a lot of different opinions on the film. Some thought it was fantastic, while others saw the lack of a clear villain and an overcomplicated plot mixed the film up and placed it second best to the original. After watching the film maybe 8 times by now, my opinion on Frozen 2 has been firmly enforced, and I believe that not only is it the best Frozen film, I think it's one of Disney's best films in recent years. First of all, the soundtrack is far superior to the first film, in my opinion. Show Yourself and Into the Unknown are both individually better than Let It Go. Kristoff gets his own song that gets stuck in your head after the second viewing, and Anna's The Next Right Thing is one of the darkest pieces of Disney music I have ever heard before. While there's so much I want to go into when talking about Frozen 2, what I really want to focus on are the underlying themes in the film. In the first Frozen film, Anna is alone and isolated, just like Elsa. Even though Elsa is trapped with herself in the concealment of her powers, Anna is left alone in the castle, willingly knowing that her own sister is choosing to ignore her. Because of Anna's complete isolation, the slightest bit of affection that Hans shows her, she commits to it fully and unwavering, giving herself to a man she doesn't even know. By the end of the film, she realizes Hans' ways and expresses her love towards her sister, which ultimately saves the day. In Frozen 2, we see that Kristoff and Anna have an established relationship, as Kristoff keeps trying to propose to Anna throughout the film. What really is interesting with Anna and Kristoff's relationship is that Anna's attention is rarely on Kristoff. In fact, for most of the film, she's laser focused on being with Elsa and helping Elsa succeed in her quest. When Elsa rejects Anna's help and pushes her away to go to the Dark Sea, Anna is left alone, and it is here that we truly get a glimpse of her character. In the song The Next Right Thing, we see Anna completely at a loss of herself because her whole life has been guided by Elsa. When she was little, she craved Elsa's attention, and when they grew up, all she wanted was to maintain their relationship. When Elsa is truly gone from her grasp, she has to decide what she, as an individual, will do to keep living, and what she values in herself. What is really amazing about the song is it shows how a person can still go on, even when they have lost everything that used to define them as an individual. This is a common theme in the entire film. For Elsa, she has always defined her powers as a curse rather than a gift. When she realizes she is in fact the fifth spirit, it is an emotional moment because she realizes that nobody else is going to validate her, and nobody else is going to give her the answers she is looking for. She was the one that needed to accept in order to truly recognize that her own powers are a gift. Olaf, who is always seen as the optimistic snowman, must come to grips that things in fact do change. Fall comes and goes, and he has to deal with the ideas of anger and rejection when Elsa pushes him away. Kristoff as well must muster up enough courage to ask Anna to marry him. While Kristoff in the film seems to have the shallowest character arc, there is one line that truly makes him one of my favorite Disney princes of all time. He tells Anna that my love isn't that fragile. This line, which may seem like a throwaway one, is truly at the core of the film. Arendelle and the North Uldra were connected with love through Elsa and Anna's parents. Even through fighting in a tidal wave that came to destroy it, the love that connected these two people and lands resisted breaking. The love that Anna has for Elsa, despite being locked out of her life and then pushed away again, is not fragile, as even in the end, Anna sees Elsa as the gift that she always was. While there are many themes and takeaways from Frozen 2, such as doing the right thing when all is lost, learning to deal with change, and accepting one's true self, I believe that Kristoff's arc of being totally motivated by an unwavering love is at the core of this film. Even when Anna ignores him or leaves him alone, his love doesn't break, but instead he helps her in the end and proposes to her in a beautifully raw way, filled with his own emotions. Love saved Elsa and Anna at the end of the first film, and love saved both of them again in the second. Elsa found love in accepting herself fully, and Anna's unwavering dedication to the love of her sister and Arendelle motivated her to do the right thing, regardless of her own personal pain. The imagery of the two sisters being aside to one bridge connecting the forest and Arendelle is so powerful because it reinforces the idea of the unwavering and strong love between the two people and lands. While there is so much more to talk about in this film, like the elements and the forest itself, I think the biggest takeaway is that just how ice is strong and unwavering, love and warm hugs are always permanent, as Olaf says. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this week's video. I really love talking about Frozen 2. I don't know what it is about this film, but I love it so much. And I cannot wait to make more writing videos like this one. Alright guys, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and thank you so much for joining me today. Have a great one.